Hello all and welcome to another video where today I'll be talking about GoalSeek. And no, this is not in reference to Manchester United's 24-25 Premier League campaign. This is in relation to Microsoft Excel. So I'll be talking you through how to use a GoalSeek and how it can be used specifically within accounting and give you a few examples. Let's swap over to the spreadsheet and take a look at how this works then. So firstly, what is a GoalSeek then? Well, the GoalSeek is a built-in tool used to find the necessary input value in a formula to achieve a desired result, which doesn't really explain a great deal, but it will become very clear as I work through a few examples for you. So we can see I've got an example spreadsheet on screen now. And this is based upon selling a number of different products. And we can see that we have a profit margin currently at 20%. And at 20%, this gives us the projected profits on each of these items with the quantity sold in column C. So after selling all of these items, we are currently making a profit of £35,434. Now, where the GoalSeek function comes into play is we can use it in order to find a desired result by changing a cell. So what I mean by that is, in this scenario here, for example, we have a profit, as I said, of £35,434. And that has been calculated based upon these profit figures in column E. And they have been calculated based upon the figures in column D, multiplied by our profit margin up here in cell E1. So currently we've set this at a profit margin of 20%. Now what a business may want to do is say, okay, what would our profit margin need to be in order to achieve X amount of profit? And this is where we can use the GoalSeek function, because we can set a cell to a specific value by changing another cell, and it will show us what we need in order to hit that required value. So let's show you how this works. So the GoalSeek function is under the Data tab at the top, and then we scroll across to this button which says What If Analysis. If we click on this, we can see that we've got the option for GoalSeek. So if we click this, we get another menu appear, which is our GoalSeek menu. Now in this scenario, let's say the business wanted to make a profit of 60,000. What we could do is select our profit figure and change that value to 60,000. So we do that by typing in our desired value. Now in the example that I'm working on here, we're wanting to see what our profit margin would need to be in order to hit our desired profit of 60,000. So what we do is we select by changing cell, and we would select the profit margin of 20%. Now when we click OK on this, we can see that it has changed our profit down here to 60,000, and it has changed our profit margin to the required value which would be needed in order to hit our £60,000 profit. So in this example, that would be 34%. And then obviously the business can decide on whether they want to source cheaper products or whether they want to change the selling price, etc., in order to achieve that profit margin. Now, if we want to keep these values in, we can just hit OK. If not, we could have hit cancel. Now for example 2, I'm actually going to use the same data, but I'm going to show you a different approach this time. So let's say I still wanted to increase my profit. But this time, I don't want to do it based upon changing the profit margin. Maybe the business feels that it can only achieve a profit margin of 20%. So this time, instead, we're going to look at how to change the number of items sold. So let's say we change our highest selling item, which is the laptop. What we could do is we could say, how many laptops do we need to sell in order to achieve our profit of, again, 60,000? But this time keeping the profit margin at 20%. So to do that, similar process, we'd go to our What If Analysis, GoalSeek, and we want to set the profit margin again. So we select the cell that we wanted to set the value to, 60,000, because we'll keep it as the same as what we did in example 1. But this time I want to change the number of laptops sold. So we click on the figure, which is in cell C4, hit OK, and we can see that we would have to sell 335 laptops. Obviously quite an ambitious goal, but I'm just using this as an example of how a business could use the goal seek function. So again, let's click OK, and that will change that value for us. Now I've got one last example to show you here, again, still related to accountancy. So I've given you here a number of liquidity ratios, those being the inventory holding days, trade receivables collection period, and trade payables payment period. Now these ratios are based upon these figures here. So we've got the revenue, cost of sales, gross profit, inventory, trade receivables, and trade payables. Now currently this business's working capital cycle is 58, and that is based upon adding the inventory holding days to the trade receivables days and taking off the trade payable days. Now 58 could be quite high for some businesses, so they may want to reduce this. Now what we could do is we could look at our ratios and say, well, the highest out of those currently is our trade receivables collection period. Now it may be that the business, say, wants to go for a working capital cycle of 50. So obviously not a huge change, but one that's probably more achievable. So in order to achieve that, what they would have to do is one of two things. They would either have to change their revenue figure, or the more likely option is they would look to have to reduce their trade receivables figure. So what we could do is we could look to see, well, what would our trade receivables need to be in order to hit a working capital cycle of 50? So we want to go to what if analysis, again, goal seek, and we want to set our working capital cycle to 50 days. And we're wanting to change this based upon our trade receivables collection period. Now what's driving this is both the trade receivables figure and the revenue figure. Now we've said that it's less likely that the business will be able to change its revenue, and the more important figure that they'd want to change is the trade receivables. So what we will do is we will select the trade receivables, and this will tell us how much they would need to be in order to achieve a working capital cycle of 50 days. So if we click OK, we can see that the business would have need to reduce its trade receivables figure to 68,531 in order to achieve that working capital cycle of 50 days. So we can click OK, and that will keep that changed figure in there. Okay, so 3 examples there of how you can use the goal seek. That does wrap up this video. I hope you found it useful, and remember, if you have, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more accounting videos. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.